Good morning everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we're going to discuss about entry confirmations in SMC. And there are two types of entry confirmations in SMC. The first one is the lower time frame confirmation, which is change of character, flip, or single candle order block. And this is actually the most used entry confirmations in SMC. All right, but there is also another entry type confirmation that not many SMC traders use, which is higher time frame entry confirmations. All right, you can only use higher time frame entry confirmation after your lower time frame entry confirmations fails. All right. Okay, so we have here, as usual, a diagram here for explanation, and then later I will show you a real example. All right. So in this diagram here, we see that the market is bullish here and keep making higher highs and higher lows. All right. So in this leg here, the market dropped down to take out this inducement here and mitigate our valid order blow, which is here. All right. So first of all, the thing that we can do is switch into our lower time frame to look for entry confirmations, for lower time frame confirmations. All right, which is what we usually do. But if the market failed and pushed a little bit downside here, then most of SMC traders think that the market has already invalidated their structure here, and then they will wait for another setup. All right, but in this case here, it is possible to catch another entry here based on this liquidity sweep here. All right, so after the market has swept this liquidity like this, you can use a single candle order block to catch another trade here. All right, because this structure here is a very high probability structure here. It's a valid one. All right, so many traders will be taking their buys based on this structure here, and their stop loss will be just below here. So after the market will push downside to fail the lower time frame confirmations, then there is still a possibility to catch another trade based on the confirmation that the market will give you. If the market push downside sweeping and give you single candle order block confirmation, then you can definitely catch another trade based on this single candle order block mitigation. All right. Okay. So here, what we should be looking for is our single candle order block. All right. So after the market failed this structure like this one, then you have to look for the creation to wait for the formation of a single candle order block, which is something like this. All right, so this is the first indication that the market, after sweeping this structure here, will probably reverse and keep pushing higher as per your trading plan. All right, so this one here is our single candle order block. So when the market push downside and create a single candle order block like this one here, okay, so you can definitely take a buy based on this single candle order block mitigation. So as per the definition of the single candle order block, a single candle order block is a candle that has grabbed a huge amount of liquidity or an important amount of liquidity and then create an imbalance. All right, so the first step here is that this candle here sweep this low here, okay, to collect liquidity. Okay, so this is the first indication that the market will probably reverse and continue its bullish trend here. And the next thing you want to see is that the market create a proper imbalance here. And when the market created proper imbalance, it means that the market, the next candle close above this single candle order block here. All right, so this one here becomes our valid single candle order block, and we can definitely take a sell if the market come back to mitigate it like this. All right, if the market drop down and mitigate it like this, then we can definitely take a buy here. Okay, so the first step is to wait for the market to invalidate your lower time frame confirmation. All right, then you can wait for the creation of a single candle order block. So when the market creates single candle order block, then you have also to wait for the creation of an imbalance, and after that you can definitely take your trade based on the mitigation of this single candle order block. Very simple. All right, so the next example is the same here. All right, so if the market pushed mitigate your order block and give you a buy lower time frame confirmation, you can definitely take your trade based on this lower time frame confirmations. But if the market push a little downside to take out your liquidity, then don't immediately think that the market has invalidated your structure, because there is still a possibility to catch another trade based on a single candle order block. So we can repeat the same thing here, the same process here, and catch another trade here based on this single candle order block. Wait for the market to create a single candle order block in balance, and then you can definitely take your trade based on this mitigation, the mitigation of this single candle order block. All right, it is as simple as that. So this is just a diagram for explanation. So I will switch to our real chart for real examples for you. Okay, so here we are in this real chart here. We have this structure in M30. I like to trade USD CAD. This is my favorite pair. And we have this structure here. So we will start with a basic structure mapping. And as I told you in the previous video, and structure mapping should always start from the latest change of character. All right. So we have this inducement taken out here, and the market broke the structure to the downside. So this is the indication of our bearish trend. All right. So after that, the market pushed higher to change character here. So this is our latest change of character, which is here. All right. So after the change of this character here, the market created an internal structure here because it didn't take out any inducement down here. And here we have our first valid imbalance, first valid inducement, which is here. So this one here is our valid structure, and then we have to look for our valid order block. Where is our valid order block? Always start from the bottom to the top. All right, if the market is bullish. Okay, so here we have to look for our extreme order block. Then this one here is not valid one because it's completely engulfed by this candle here, and our only and valid order block is here. This little candle here is our valid order block. All right. So if the market push downside, mitigate it and give us an indication or a lower time frame confirmation, then we can definitely take a buy based on this structure here. Or if the market push a little bit downside to sweep this liquidity, then we can use single candle order block in higher time frame to catch another trade based on this structure here. All right. So let's wait and see what the market will do. All right, the market didn't come back to mitigate our valid order block, which is here, and the market has broken this structure here, and we have to wait for another structure so that we can take another trade. So here we have another structure, which is here, the market. After breaking this structure here, the market has created this inducement and take out this inducement, but the market again failed to come down to mitigate any valid order block, so we couldn't take a trade based on this drop here, okay, because this structure here is already mitigated by this small pullback here. So this one here is not a valid one. So where was our valid order block? Our valid order block was all the way down here. Everything is already mitigated here. So in this case here, you have to wait for the market to come down and sweep this structure, this higher low here, and then you can definitely take your trade based on this sweep of liquidity here. All right, in this example here, there is no valid order block in this leg here, so it is very difficult to catch a trade here. All right, so let's wait for the market to create a new structure. Now we have a break of structure, which is here. This is our break of structure, and then let's wait for the market to give us a clear indication. And you see that in this structure here, after breaking this structure, there is no inducement in this leg here. So how can we deal in this situation? In this situation, we can wait for the market to sweep our um, our high low, which is here. Okay, this acts like our liquidity zone here, and if the market sweep it, then we can take a buy based on this structure here. So let's wait and see what the market will do. All right, you see here, this is the small trap here that the market sometimes creates, and I've already made a video about it in my previous video. So you see here, this is technically a valid change of character, all right? But you see that this is a very tiny change of character, which is here, and the price action indicated that the sellers are really struggling to keep the market pushing downside here, because you see that this one is a very small candle closure here, and the next candle has only swipe liquidity here. Again, the next candle has failed to completely close below this gray candle here, all right? And the third candle has again swiped liquidity. That means that this one here is a very weak change of character here. Okay, it means that the trend is probably still bullish here. So in this case here, if you want to catch a trade, to catch a buy based on this structure here, then as I told you, the single candle order block is a candle that has swept liquidity, an important amount of liquidity. All right, so we see here that this is a valid pullback here, and this single candle order block here, this candle here has swept this liquidity here. So this is the first indication that the market is willing to make a reversal here. All right, so if the market is really willing to go downside, then the market will break and close completely below this structure here. Okay, so this is the first indication. And the second indication, we have to wait for the creation of an imbalance, or we just have to wait for the market to create a candle and completely close above this candle that has swept liquidity here. All right, so let's wait and see. You see that the next candle as completely closed above this candle that has swept liquidity here. So this one here is definitely our single candle order block. All right. So when the market will drop to mitigate this single candle order block, then we can take our buy based on this mitigation without dropping to our lower time frame to look for chalk or boss confirmation. All right. So let's wait and see. All right, you see that the market came down to mitigate our single candle order block and then give us a very impulsive move here. Why? Because the market has grabbed liquidity here. After the market grabbed liquidity, it always make an impulsive move, okay, to the opposite direction here. Okay, so this is the first trade based on higher time frame confirmation. You see the market coming down. Okay, you see that the market has pushed higher to completely break and close above this structure here. So this is our break of structure, which is here. Okay, so this is the first trade based on this sweep of liquidity here, and we could have taken another trade here based on this structure if this candle here has swept the liquidity of a structure here. There was a valid pullback here. Let me draw it. If there was a valid pullback here, something like this before the market continue, and you see that if the market came down here to sweep this structure here, then we can definitely take another buy based on this single candle order block here. If the next candle close above it and then come down to mitigate, then we can scale another trade here. Okay, we can scale multiple trade based on this single candle order block here. All right, so this is how we can catch trade based on higher time frame confirmation. And then let's wait for a next example. Okay, in this leg here, the market has broken the structure, take out inducement here. This is a valid inducement because it's a valid pullback, but the market failed to swap liquidity. The market has actually broken and closed below this pullback here. So this one here is not a valid indication of a reversal here. The market can push downside here and mitigate our valid order block down below here before pushing higher. Okay, and you see that actually our valid order block is here. Our valid first order block, this one here. Okay, and don't also forget your order flow, which is here. Okay, so the market may sometimes bounce on your order flow without mitigating your order block here. Okay, but the market didn't come down to mitigate it, neither of order flow or order block here. Okay, and pushed higher here. So if the market break this structure, then we have to wait for another structure, and then we can definitely take another trade based on the structure that the market can create. Okay, here we have another example here. Okay, the market has broken this structure and take out inducement. This is our valid inducement, which is here. Let me come back a little bit so that I can show you step by step how you can catch trade based on higher time frame confirmation. All right, so the first step here is that the market has swept this important structure here. Okay, some will say that this one is not a valid inducement because this pullback has not cleared this candle here, this candle's low. All right, but this is a small mistake that most SMC traders makes as well. An inducement is first of all a trap, not only a pullback. All right, so this one here is like a rally based rally, and then most of traders, some traders that are trading supply and demand will expect the market to bounce on this demand area here and push higher. All right, and then the market will push downside to sweep the liquidity before pushing higher. Okay, but this one is a little bit complicated. You can only learn through experience and your mistakes. All right, I'll maybe make a full video about it, how to catch smart money traps like this one. Okay, okay, so here the first indication is that the market has swept this inducement, this smart money trap liquidity, which is here. Okay, so this is the first indication that the market is going to push higher again. And the next thing we have to wait for is that the next candle has to completely close, push higher and close above this structure here. And then this candle here will be our single candle order block. So let's wait and see what the market will do. The next candle has not pushed higher to close above, but has pushed downside and cleared again liquidity here. So our single candle order block is transferred from this red candle to this gray candle. All right, so this is our next possible single candle order block if the next candle push higher and close above this gray candle here. Okay, so let's wait and see. The next candle has not actually push higher and close above it. Okay, so this one here, this candle is again, this single candle order block is again transferred to this red one here. And this next one here is an inside bar because it didn't clear the high or the low of this previous candle here. So this one is an inside bar, so we cannot use it. All right. The second candle, the same thing. All right. Now the third candle here has pushed higher to take out this high of this previous candle. So now our single candle order block is transferred from this red candle to this new gray candle here. Okay. So if the next candle push higher and close above it, then we can definitely take a trade based on the single candle right here. All right. So now we have our candle closure, which is here. And you see that this red candle is an inside candle, an inside bar, all right, because it didn't clear the high or the low of this previous gray candle. So it means that this candle here is still our valid single candle order block. And this next candle here has pushed higher to close above this single candle order block. Then this one here is our valid single candle order block. Then we just have to wait for the market to push to come down to mitigate it, and then we can definitely take our buy based on this single candle order block. And also you have to notice that this one, this single candle order block here, now this shadow, I mean, is also valid. Why? Because it has swept this previous candle liquidity here. So it is like the refinement of this interior candle here. Okay, so there's possibility that the market come downside, fail this first single candle order block, and mitigate this shadow as your valid single candle order block before pushing higher. All right, so you just have to keep in mind that there is possibility that the market will take out this stop loss here and mitigate your shadow here. All right, so you just have to manage your risk. All right, if the market failed your first entry confirmation, then you can definitely catch another entry confirmation down here. All right, so let's wait and see what the market will do. All right, the market came down to mitigate our single candle order block and keep pushing higher now. Okay, let's wait and see. Okay, in this example here, the market has come down to take out, to collect all the break evens here. Okay, because the market has pushed to almost break this structure here, but the market failed to break this structure here. And when the market came at this level here, most of traders will switch their position to break even here. You know that break even is also a liquidity that the market will eventually grab. All right, so the market come down to grab all the break evens here before pushing higher. So in this case here, if you want, you can still take another trade based on a single candle order block. All right, so you see that this candle here has swept this previous pullback here. Okay, so this is a valid pullback before pushing higher, and this candle has also collected all the break evens here. So it makes that this candle here is very high probability here because that's collected a huge amount of liquidity here. And you see that the next candle has actually closed below, closed above this candle here, and another candle has come down here to mitigate this order block here. Okay, so you can definitely take another buy here. Okay, based on the mitigation of this single candle order block, which is here. So let's wait and see what the market will do. And you see that the market has made a sharp move to the upside here. Okay, so this is how we can catch another trade based on the single candle order block. All right, so I'm not telling you that you have to catch all of this trade. This is just for explanation purpose. Okay, if you place many trades, the market will just stress you. You'll be very stressed. So if you catch, for example, this trade, this is more than enough. All right, don't open multiple trades at the same times because you will be really stressed here. All right, so this one is our next break of structure, and if the market push higher and gives us another structure, then we can keep repeating the same process here until the market reverse, maybe make a change of character to the downside, and then we can start selling as well. All right, so this is how you can catch your trade based on higher time frame confirmation. I think this is enough. I hope that these examples help you to understand how you can catch a trade based on higher time frame confirmation. So let me make a quick recapitulation. First of all, what you want to see is that the market come down and fail your lower time frame confirmation or fail your order block, your valid order block. All right, and then the market only sweep the liquidity, not close below it. All right, the market sweep liquidity, and the next candle close above it to create imbalance. All right, so after the market create imbalance, then you can definitely take a buy or a sell after the market mitigate your single candle order block. Okay, so this is how you can catch your trades in higher time frame without actually switching to your lower time frame. All right, in the next video I will cover the lower time frame entry And the lower time frame entry will take be this video will be a little bit long because the lower time frame entries has many steps that you have to follow properly before you can take your trade. All right, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching till the end, and see you next time.